Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. It is Monday, March 25th. Where did March go? First of all, like, does anybody else know what also the end of March is?
Easter.
What else? Q1, right? Q1. I highly encourage you, if you haven't done so already and you've closed transactions, to take a look at your financials and pay your taxes. Make a quarterly payment to the feds so that they don't come after you. And so, we stay in business. That's always a good thing to do. So pay your taxes. Pay your taxes today so you don't incur any kind of penalty. Oh gosh, I didn't get that last number in there. We'll get that at the end. Okay, so here we are. We got some really good numbers this week. Glad to see it. We've got 1,509 active listings in the MLS in Allegheny County for single family residential. So that is the parameters of our numbers here until you get over here. That is 6% up from this time last year. Here was last year's number. And you can see we're 2% up over last week. So that's good to see. What I love to see even more so is the large jump we made in total listings in the last 7 days. So it looks like people were waiting, to get through the bulk of winter to list at 246. So 23% up from last year, which was at 200. And we are like 21% up from last week. That's a really good number. So if you got buyers that are looking, this is a good number to be talking about. If you have buyers that are on the fence that you haven't talked to in a while that are just like, yeah, we're going to wait and see, this will be the time to make a phone call or shoot over a text or an email. All right, total pendings in the last 7 days, 294. So we're gobbling up these new listings and this old inventory, which is good. We're 7% up over last year, which was 274, and a huge swing, 18% up over last week. Total sold in the last 7 days, 142. So we're still seeing this number reflected on what was listed way back here. Does that make sense? Talk about that. So it's still down because we were down right about here in some of our inventory. We did pop up. So this number, I think, is going to start shrinking even more. We saw a big jump over last week. 60 days, average days on market. So this is the trifecta we're talking about here is prices, because it's still a seller's market because we're still down-ish in inventory overall. But we're seeing, a large swing. Buyers are being particular and not, sellers aren't, off the market in just 30 days. So this is an interesting number. Big swing down. We only had $2 million properties sell in Allegheny County at 255,739 being the average price last week sold in Allegheny County single family. Number of price reductions is up. Doesn't surprise me there. So anybody that was overpriced earlier in the year or in the last 30 days, we're seeing some reductions.
One curling one features 5 curling.
Hi, Deanna. I'm gonna mute you. We've got 97.88 is the sales price to list price ratio. Just hanging in there, but that's a pretty interesting dip there over from last week. A big number of expireds there. 153 from 116 last week. 8 fewer. So we saw a jump here in the last 2 weeks in folks in the MLS. We've been seeing reduce. Then we had a little jump here, a bigger jump here, and then back down again to 86.80. Let me go into the media portion here to get our current interest rate that Holland Mortgage has on their website. I just use theirs. Look at that. 7.0. So that's down from where it was before. So it's possible that if somebody's on the fence, again, you could talk to them about this increase in total listings as well as talk to your lender. We saw a little bit of a drop and see if that maybe might make a difference in their current interest rates. Does anybody have anything to add on anything that they saw or see happening in the last week? Everybody's quiet. There you go. I can unmute you. If you want to add something, Deanna, I wasn't sure. What else? Let's see. Please, please, please. Again, if you haven't already seen in the chat box, save that URL. That is for the open house. It's not about open houses. It's called an open house. It's an open forum with Keller Williams Realty International talking about the NAR settlement regarding buyer agency and agency in general. It is 11 o'clock Central Time, which is 12 o'clock Eastern. So put that on your calendar. Would love to hear your thoughts next week when we meet about market data on that. Otherwise, if that's all, thank you all for joining me on Monday. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.